If you're the type of person that is sensitive to honesty, click off this video because I'm about to tell you the raw truth about why men are not choosing you. Because too many times I see sisters running around talking about skin tone this, colorism that, my complexion this, I'm dark skinned that, right? Let me give the disclaimer. I am a dark skinned woman. I have no issues in the department with men. And I am tired of allowing other dark-skinned women who just, might not be cute, trying to recruit other dark-skinned women into believing this victim mentality that men are not going to want you because of your skin complexion. That is not true. That's far from the truth. And here's why. So, too many times I would see sisters complaining about colorism. Oh, men, yeah, they don't want me because I'm dark skinned. They don't want me because of this. That's not why they don't want you. You have to realize, if I'm a dark skinned girl and I'm coming on here and I'm saying I don't have those same experiences, then you can't blame it on that. In fact, I pull all different types of men from all different types of walks of life. In the past, I have dated Polish men with accents. Every dude that I have dated had an accent because I was really pulling men from all different types of walks of life, all different complexions, races. Some of you guys are just not cute, and that's okay. Just like how there's not cute light-skinned girls, there's not cute Asian girls, there's not cute white girls, there's not cute Mexican girls. You might just be a not cute dark-skinned girl. Not all of us are going to be pretty. But if you be honest with yourself, that gives you more of a head start to really try to fix things about yourself, because you can fix that. Maybe you're the type to walk around looking a hot mess. A lot of us are not doomed, right? Most people are not ugly, but a lot of us walk around not knowing how to do our makeup. Not saying that makeup makes you look prettier, but what I'm saying is, if you don't know how to do it and you're wearing it a lot, it's making you look uglier. For example, those long eyelashes. Yes, those completely take away from you guys' beauty. I'm just going to be the first one to say it. You guys look worse with long eyelashes. So if you're wearing long eyelashes, take it off. Men do not like it. You have to learn men. I know you guys hate that, right? We hate that. We hate to hear that. But the reality is, if you want to be chosen by men, you need to learn what men like. I can almost guarantee you, for majority of black women who are complaining about colorism, it's not colorism. It's your attitude. Because I've had encounters with you guys on YouTube. Every time I try to say this, you guys do not know how to listen and be teachable and put the pride to the side and just hear what another person has to say, even if you don't agree with it. You don't know how to hear another perspective. Every time I say it's not colorism, if you're not pretty, you're just not pretty. Some of y'all are just not cute talking about it's colorism, right? Y'all get so combative when I say that. A part of me understands why. It's hard to hear. It's the truth. But at the same time, if you're trying to date a man that's leading you, that wants submission, you're going to have to be able to stomach the hard truth that you don't want to hear. You're going to have to be able to go with his vision, even though you don't agree with it. And from the way you guys respond to me in the YouTube comments, that lets me know that that is a flaw in your personality that men don't want to deal with. You guys are combative. You walk around with a bad attitude. And I know this because I live in a predominantly black city and I people watch and I observe. If you guys aren't looking a hot mess, or both, it's the attitude. It's the personality why you can't get a man. Because the reality is, Most men are not marrying because of looks. They're not. If that was the case, the Instagram baddies would all be wifed up, but they're not. The OnlyFans models would all be wifed up, but they're not. The people on Love and Hip Hop who are drop dead gorgeous would all be wifed up, but they constantly experience issues in the department with men. But the plain Janes are not. The plain Janes are not. The plain Janes are getting wifed up because, first of all, men have been saying since the beginning of time that they like natural women, but that's, I digress. But men just want to wife up a personality that is doable with everyday life. No, you cannot be ugly, but as long as you're decent looking and you have a great personality, you will get the ring. That's not an issue. They want to see, are you combative? Can you follow his lead? Are you going to cause chaos in the home? And a lot of black women have this personality type where it's like, where it's like they don't want to be told anything. That's not attractive. That's probably why men do not like you. Just even looking at this girl, how quick she just jumped on my back, that's unattractive. Like, I really observe the way you guys act, and I'm like, I know she comes around a man and acts the same type of way. It's impossible. It's hard to... You can't act one way and then act another way and keep that act up. No. 9 times out of 10, the way they're combative, always argumentative, they probably go to a man and act that same way. And then when they're not getting the results in their dating life, they scratch their head talking about it's their skin complexion. Completely not taking accountability, completely not looking in the mirror, completely not being introspective and really analyzing yourself. Because I'm telling you right now, if you have problems in the department with men, it's one or the other. It's something about your looks, appearance, or hygiene. Okay? Or it is your personality. It is something about your personality. It's one of those. So after this video, look in the mirror and figure out which one it is. Maybe it might be both for some of you guys. Be honest with yourself. If you're pretty, you're pretty. It's a 1-second decision. If somebody looks at you, they'll know if you're aesthetically pleasing or not. They'll know if you're ugly or not. Be real with yourself, because a lot of you guys are just not cute. Just like how there's a lot of not cute white women. There's a lot of not cute Mexican. I have to keep saying that because the colorism thing has really got y'all in this victim mentality. You really think the world revolves around you. Honey, there's not cute white women. There's not cute Mexican women. There's not cute light-skinned women. If you're not cute, you're not cute. And don't start with this featureism conversation. Once again, being pretty is when you look at somebody and as a whole, they're aesthetically pleasing. You can be pretty with a big nose. You can be pretty with big lips. It just all depends on how your face goes together as a whole. And that's how men look at it. Men are not sitting there analyzing it how women analyze things. They're not sitting there picking apart, she's pretty, but it's not a but. It's either you're pretty or you're not. Listen, go to those Jubilee videos. Type in Jubilee ranking attractiveness. When the women rank each other based on physical attractiveness, they're sitting there, they take so long when it's just so obvious. This is just a 1-second decision. You're pretty, you're not, right? When the men do it, it takes less than a minute for them to rank the women. When the women rank each other, it literally takes 10 minutes for them to rank each other. They're sitting over there. Oh, I don't know. I like your tattoos. See, but you have a pretty nose. But that's what women do. If you don't believe me, watch those Jubilee videos. I'm giving you the game based on how men see it. And the reality is, a lot of you guys don't want to take the time to understand what men want, how men think. And then you sit over there and complain that you're single and blame colorism. The reality is, if you desire to be a wife, you have to understand what men want because they are the ones issuing out the ring. Nowadays, it's not designed how it was back then in like the 1920s, where a man had to marry you in order to have access to a freaking female. Standards are just not like that nowadays. Nowadays, it's even harder to get a man to marry you. I will be the first to admit it. The reason why it's harder is because there's no structure anymore. A man literally does not have to marry a woman. So when a man is choosing to marry you, that is completely a choice now. Back then, if you wanted to talk to a female and have intercourse with her, you had to marry her. And even then, the women were even more disciplined and they still wanted to learn what pleases a man, what a man wants. You would think in a generation where men are really not giving out proposals because they don't need to, women are just readily available. You can hook up with them in one night at a bar. You would think that women would catch on and peep game and realize it's hard to get a ring. So let me really, really study men and figure out what they want in order to get that ring. But no, they don't think like that. So you can't be over here, F men, I don't care to learn what they like. I don't care to learn the psychology behind men. And then also turn around and want a ring. When men are not really just handing out rings anymore because of today's society. And I'm going to talk about that whole pick me word. We'll talk about that in another video. But right now, we're just focusing on colorism. Stop with the victim mentality. Stop with the woe is me mentality. Listen, you're pretty or you're not. It's not colorism. You're pretty or you're not. And this is coming from a dark-skinned woman. I'm not brown-skinned. I'm dark-skinned. I am clearly chocolate. I'm not one of them women where you have to squint and like sit there and think a while to figure out, are they chocolate or are they not? No, I'm dark skinned. Okay. So do you have any other excuses, victims? You got any other excuses to debunk what I just said in this video? Because everything that I said logically made sense. You're pretty or you're not. You have a good personality or you don't. And based on those two factors, it's going to determine whether you pull men or not. It's really that simple. And I'm saying this, I'll give a little background about me. But I feel like I have a good height, nice hourglass slim body. I guess my face is pretty. I feel like it's cocky to say that you're pretty, but I'm just saying that based on the way men act towards me. And also, if you want to take notes, I have a bubbly, friendly personality. Anybody who has met me will describe me. She's charismatic. She's bubbly. She has a great personality. A lot of you guys' personality sucks. I joined this Patreon one time and I left the same day because everybody in there, it was a Patreon full of Black women. Everybody in there had a stank attitude. I came in there friendly, willing to engage, willing to make friends, and that's attractive. Men are attracted by that when it comes to me. Everybody in there had the worst attitude, and I'm not trying to be rude, but for a physical description, all of the women were pretty much dark-skinned, overweight, and unattractive. So it's like, you're not cute and a bad attitude. Yeah, that's why you're single. I was just in the Patreon, just, looking to make friends. I'm a housewife. I have me and my man, but sometimes I need that girl time, I guess they were in there trying to work on themselves. And I actually came and I told them the truth. I said, we have 400 people in this chat. And only 15 are talking because you guys are unfriendly. You guys are unwelcoming. You guys repel people. People have always told me with my personality, I literally attract people towards me. People have told me that. They say that I have this vibrant aura about me that makes people want to come. I have been described as warm. And I told them the truth about themselves. I told them, this is why nobody talks in the chat, because you guys are rude. I was bringing up just random talking points and they was like, we don't talk about that in this chat. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's besides the point. Sorry, I had a yawn. It was like a weird yawn, and then it was like two things at once happening. But anyways, check yourself. Really check yourself, analyze yourself. Do this method. Is it your weight? Because if it's your weight, that might be repelling men. Okay, now that we've got the weight down, or it's not the weight, if your BMI does not say healthy, it's your weight. It is 100% your weight. If that's out the way, look at your face. Are you pretty? If you got to sit there and really think about if you're pretty, you're not pretty. Because this is just a 1-second decision. When we first look at you, are you pretty or you're not? Okay? And then after that, think about your personality. Really think about your personality, for real. Stop blaming colorism. Please, stop. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys soon.